Tutaj patrzcie ponów.
My name, Solomon Michael Agnew, and I am a science officer aboard the... My name is Solomon Michael... Fuck off! My name is Solomon Agnew, and I am a crew... A science officer on the Xanadu. I am 36 years and fuck off! Stop talking!
Afternoon. Captain Lucy Zhao, 24th March. The symptoms are worsening. I now feel... They now include heart palpitations, auditory hallucinations, bouts of delirium, inexplicable losses of motor control, and... To speak informally, I feel I am losing my mind. Solomon is not coping well with the situation, and Johns... I had thought Johns was more trustworthy, but... I am not certain anymore that he can be trusted at all. Since we have discussed the measures appropriate for an outbreak of this sort, he has been distant. I do not feel the quarantine measures will be enough. I worry that he is somehow responsible for the problems with the ship's systems. This is not a formal accusation. I have no one to talk to.
The time is 0800 hours on the dot. The date is the 19th of March. The year of our Lord is 1983. The dashing young science officer in attendance is Solomon Agnew. I'm about to open up Object 7, a seemingly hollow globe of unknown composition as retrieved by our probe from the surface of Demi, following all appropriate protocol and safety procedures as listed in the company book, yada 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 yada. I'll write all this up properly later. Okay. I'm about to use the laser to attempt a first insertion at the point where sample 7A was collected. Initial setting is...
This is the last confession and farewell of Cornell Johns, as I slip him from my shoulders like an old coat. I have killed my crewmate Solomon Agnew with a .35 screwdriver pushed up into his skull from under his chin. He pleaded with me not to do it, and I held him and cried, shedding my humanity like a man sweating out poison. Then I finished him carefully. I watched in his eyes as he left, the life force arcing between severed nodes, the long ropes of faith along the shore. I felt him go. A great weight lifted. All his maniac chatter muted in an instant. I took his body and I gave it up into the night, into the sunless sea. The captain will be next. Her thoughts are an interference, a mouthless drone fringed with sinuous rails. When I return to Earth, I will be clothed in light, scoured like a missing piece. I will be a sample. A sample. I will be an example.
This is Captain Lucy Zhao recording an informal log on the 22nd March, 1983. This is a personal record, not an official document. As soon as our non-essential systems have been reinstalled, I will formally detail the events of the past few days. My current concern, aside from the difficulties with our computers, is for the health of my crew. It seems we are all suffering from an unexplained illness of some sort. The symptoms are migraines, mild hallucinations, insomnia, muscle spasms. Solomon is investigating in more detail, although I worry that his behavior as a professional has been compromised by his recent emotional problems. Johns is bearing up slightly better. He is busying himself with repairs to the ship's systems. I hope for our consoles to be online again soon. He is a good worker, regardless of... Yes, he is a good worker. I hope and trust that all will be well in the near future. We will set a course for Earth as soon as we are able. Lucy Zhao, 25th March. I have instructed Johns to place himself under immediate arrest in the brig. I am not fool enough to think he will listen. He has disabled the consoles, activated the security robots, is trying to set the ship on a course which is against my explicit orders. Possibly he has... I cannot. I will not. His act is selfish. He thinks only of his own survival. The virus is worsening. I know for certain we have all seen it. I cannot tell the half of what I have seen. It is a horror greater than... Solomon is still in his quarters. I can feel his panic as if it were my own. His voice is like rose of roses. It is as if all our minds were being churned together. No quarantine will be effective. I will do what is expected of me.
Experiment commences at 888. Control conditions assured, and held within vast clouds of semi-gaseous matter. A tall man who stands at the foot of your bed and says nothing. These are the hands which fed, tore the tongues and throats from out their reddened maws, the presence of scientific officers on deck notwithstanding. First insertion made between the 2nd and 3rd districts, a great 12-gated city. All the men versed in the 7 arts, such as grammar, rhetoric, the disposal of unnecessary matter according to the ship's regulations. First opening the subject's input ports, then going thrice about him with the needle in hand. I love you, babe. I do love you. I fall off walls and walkways repeatedly. A broken snow globe. A last lick of light in the west, and gone. This is on the 26th of March. First Scientific Officer Solomon Agnew